Check one. A wonderful morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. To begin the formal proceedings of today's ceremony, please rise to honor the arrival of our chief guest, Honorable Minister Dr. Susil Premacharanthan, Minister of Education and Member of the Parliament of Sri Lanka. We would also like to respectfully invite the members of the head table to head to their respective seats, along with our Honorable Chief Guest, our guest of honor, Professor Sirimali Fernando, Secretary General, Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, Mr. NMS Hettigedara, the President of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, Mr. Ruchira Gunasekara, the President of the Organization of Professional Associations, Sri Lanka, Director General of the Sustainable Development Council of Sri Lanka, Ms. Chamindri Saparamadu, Secretary of the Institute of Physics, Dr. Vasanta De Silva, a representative from the Institute of Biology, Dr. Devanmini Halwatura, Chairperson of the CPD program, Professor Sujata Hewage, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees, ICMC, Professor P.A. Paranagama, Senior Lecturer of the College of Chemical Sciences, Dr. Uday Jasundara. We respectfully invite the members of the head table to head to their seats. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Thank you all. A kind request to remain standing as I invite the following dignitaries to light the oil lamp. Our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Minister Dr. Susil Premacharanthan, Guest of Honor, Professor Sirimali Fernando, Secretary General, Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, Mr. NMS Hettigedara, the President of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon. Mr. Ruchira Gunasekara, the President of the OP. Director General of the Sustainable Development Council of Sri Lanka, Ms. Chamindri Saparamadu. A representative from the Institute of Biology, Dr. Devanmini Halvathura. Chairperson of the CPD program, Professor Sujata Hevage. Chairperson, Board of Trustees, ICMC, Professor Priyani Paragamba. Secretary of the Institute of Physics, Dr. Vasanta De Silva. Dr. Udaya Jayasundara, Senior Lecturer of the College of Chemical Sciences. We respectfully invite all of these dignitaries to light the oil lamp. We also invite the Vice Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Mr. Chandana Udavatta, Professor Chandana Udavatta, to light the traditional oil lamp. Thank you all.
Good morning, my good ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you all a story. A long time ago in the year 1971, an amazing, incredible child was born. This child was a child of science, a child of chemistry. This child was called the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, or IChemC, as we call it today. Now, it was not just established. It was created with a purpose: to advance, maintain, and enhance the practice of chemistry, and to be a professional, qualifying and examining body in chemistry in Sri Lanka. Today, the 25th of January, 2023, we gather here as one to not only celebrate the efforts put in, but to also take action to launch several campaigns, quests even, towards achieving the goals of the International Year of Basic Sciences and Sustainable Development, so that one day we will step up and say, on this day we started it. Now we are thriving. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I am your host, Senan Alves.
And I am your host, Johanna Ranasinghe.
And we would like to warmly welcome you to the inauguration ceremony for the launch of the Action Plan 2023.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Senan. There are many people who are behind this event that we see today. However, there is only one person whose dream it was that we are witnessing coming to life. He is a graduate of IChemC and has been part of the Institute ever since, working his way up to serve in the IChemC Council, being the Vice President, President-elect, and now the President of this prestigious institution. In 2011, he makes a glorious mark on the history of IChemC. He takes the nation's lead in celebrating the International Year of Chemistry a catalyst in the series of programs that are about to be unveiled today. During his speech as the newly inducted president in the June of 2022, he outlined a series of programs that would propel the horizons of professional chemists far beyond what was thought of at the time. And today, we are living his vision, witnessing the launch of his action plan.
To deliver the welcome address, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the Institute of Chemistry, Mr. N.M.S. Hettigetara.
Honorable Dr. Susil Premajayantha, Minister of Education, Professor Sirimali Fernando, Secretary General of Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, Ms. Ruchira Gunasekara, President of the Organization of Professional Association, Dr. Mrs. Vasantha Di Silva, Secretary Institute of Physics, Professor Gayani Galhena, Secretary Institute of Biology, Ms. Chavindri Sapramadu, Director General SDG Sustainable Development Council, Professor Sujata Hevagi, Senior Professor, Colombo University, Chairperson, Continuous Professional Development Program of Institute of Chemistry, Professor Priyani Parnagama, Director Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, Chairperson, Board of Trustees, ICMC, Professor Namal Priyantha, Dean, College of Chemical Sciences, representatives of the ministries, departments, semi-governments. Mr. Cyril Suduella, Coordinator, Ministry of Education, officials of the Sustainable Development Goal Council of Sri Lanka, industrial representatives, university academics, past presidents, members of the Council of the Institute of Chemistry, members of the Academic Board of the Institute of Chemistry, College of Chemical Sciences academics, Institute of Chemistry non-academic staff, and the students, distinguished guests, special invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you. Today is a very special day to all of us in the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon, College of Chemical Sciences, Chemical Industries, University academics and students, school teachers and students in the country. We are going to launch the action program for 2023 and the VChemex 2023 Educational Industrial Exhibition and Trade Fair of the Chemex Exhibition Series. The first of which held in the year 2011 to celebrate International Year of Chemistry to the IYC 2011, declared by the United Nations. It was indeed a memorable event in the history of ICMC. Many of us can recall our pleasant memories of that successful mega exhibition and trade fair IYC 2011, held at the BMICH, drawing nearly 600,000 people from all over the country. We conducted the exhibition with the generous assistance of the UNESCO, industry and the media partners a few. While making arrangement to launch the action program for 2023 and the virtual Chemex 2023 exhibition today, I will also present in our new activities, including the formation of National Secretariat, undertake the above landmark activities of the Institute. In fact, our theme for the year 2022-2023 is the role of chemistry in achieving sustainable development goals, with an aim to contribute to the SDGs and to take part in the IY BSSSD activities Sustainable Development Goals. First and foremost, I wish to extend my warm welcome to Susil Premajayantha, Minister of Education, for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion as the chief guest. In spite of his busy schedule, sir, your presence with us is a great encouragement and immense support. I cordially welcome Professor Sirimali Fernando, Secretary General for Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, with extreme gratitude. UNESCO was assisting us with IYC 2011 to a considerable extent. I was wished to welcome the officials from the ministries, departments, semi-government agencies, Sustainable Development Council, Finance Ministry, and other government departments. We hope to, especially with the official from the Sustainable Development Council, with whom we hope to enhance our cooperation in the future. Organization of Professional Association, Sri Lanka Association for Advancement of Science, Institute of Biology, Institute of Physics. I welcome the Dean of the College of Chemical Sciences and staff, all the past presidents, council members, and academic and non-academic staff, representatives of STAN industries, local and foreign friends and well-wishers, and all the distinguished guests, special invitees, and the participants of this special occasion. Thank you for joining with us today. Before going to talk about today's main subject, now I wish to speak a few words on our institute. Most of you are aware that the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon is one of the oldest scientist bodies in Sri Lanka. It was incorporated by an Act of Parliament number 15 of 1972, where the objective has been clearly laid down. Among the activities, education and membership development have been given high priority. The past presidents and the councils have scaled newer heights every year and elevated our institute to globally recognized institute through their hard work and dedication. Thank you for them. Accredited by our courses also accredited by Royal Society of Chemistry UK and the membership, and the Ministry of Higher Education. We are the highest producer of graduate chemistry in Sri Lanka and technicians required for the country for several years. And our products are doing commendable service in the industrial, health, food science, pharmaceuticals, and other sectors here and abroad. At the presidential induction ceremony held on 24th Friday, June 2022, I have shared my thoughts and put forward the action plan that I intend to implement during my tenure. Kiyana de karanawa karande kiyanawa. That is my Professor J. Fernando's word always. I mentioned that I am determined to accomplish several innovative works for the Institute in addition to improve the financial management, the infrastructure development, and staff recruitment plans. I appreciate the confidence placed on me. We will join hands with the industry, educational institute, and the research organizations, well as international agencies such as UNESCO, UN, WHO, SDC, SDG, and others who go forward with our new vigor, confidence, and enthusiasm of profession of chemistry. I further emphasized that we have to think about our country first. We need to create business, especially to enhance our exports to earn dollars. And for the purpose, we need to manufacture quality products through new innovations. Chemists are there. We have to think of low cost but very high standard products, careful use of energy, green chemistry, circular economy, and human resource devoid of resources, devoid of self-centered attitudes. I have already commenced activities with innovative thoughts based on corporate plan of the Institute of the Chemistry. Firstly, I talk about the establishment of the National Secretariat for Professional Practice of Chemistry under the provision of International Chemistry Ceylon Act by formulating bylaws. The National Secretariat thus formed will be responsible for the professional practice of chemistry in Sri Lanka, which covers performance of services related to public interest, not for us, public safety, not for us, legal and regulatory matters, not for us, for the general community, among other responsibilities for the community and the people of the country. We will ensure that the professional qualification offered by the institute to practice and apply chemistry and chemical science to better contribution to economic development of the country through providing specialized services to the industries which chemical sciences are involved. Next is the program for assurance of quality products manufactured, imported or exported by a competent professional body. We are the professional body of chemists have taken several new steps to achieve these requirements to earn dollars to the country. The National Secretariat of the Institute will be responsible for identifying different areas of importance of practice of chemistry as a profession. This would involve identification of the specialties of chemists, maintenance of register of chemists, continuous professional development programs for the members and the industry, implementation of code of ethics for chemists, making way for relevant overall administration. A holder of professional qualification provided by the institute referred to as the responsible person to certify that each product meets the required provision when released from the manufacturing facility in Sri Lanka or imported to Sri Lanka. Such conditions include the product being manufactured under prescribed and appropriate standard and pass all testing. The regulations will specify that no product can be released for sale or supply before certifying by a responsible person like registered chemist. The National Secretariat of Practice of Chemistry also look for the safeguard in the public interest through its regulations. Therefore, NSPPC is the third party attestation of an individual's knowledge, experience and the proficiency in the management of the profession. And the 26-member council of the institute will approve the list of that registration. In this regard, get the international recognition for our products and consumer satisfaction and confidence in the product. We also adopt National Professional Certification Program as adopted by the European Union and Food and Drug Authority, USA. Thirdly, we will establish Claudia Netzinger Chemical Laboratory and Training Center. The land donated by the Ms. Claudia Netzinger to the institute, which is 30 acres extent and located in Dehibala, will be used to establish chemical laboratory and chemist training center. It will consist of series of laboratories, an auditorium, examination hall, consultancy rooms, information cell, dormitory and parking lot. Function of the center will offer analytical services to cater need of the chemical industry, maybe very nominal fee or free of charge sometime as a community service. Consultancy services on all disciplines in chemistry and chemical industry, paint sector, agriculture, pharmaceutical, food sector and green chemistry, etc. Training and internship for newly passed out university graduates of the institute, GIC, graduateship in chemistry graduates, DLT students and obtain hands-on experience. Innovation in chemical sciences, chemical analysis imported to exported to products and chemicals and issuing certificates. In addition, CPD program will also be conducted. Establishment of the proposed facility will give a boost to the chemical industry and the industrial sector in the country to earn the lauders. Fourthly, a few words about the CPD program. The theme of the current presidential year 2023 is based on the Sustainable Development Goals, introduced by the United Nations in 2015. The continuous professional development program is being introduced towards achieving those intended goals by 2030. One of the important objectives of the SDG is further enhancing quality of education. Having achieved the intended academic goals for the technical level and the graduate level programs, the Council of the ICHEMC is now embarked on a new journey that is improving quality of chemistry graduates employed by the industry. Hence, it has been decided to commence a new program under the theme Continuous Professional Development Program. The objective of this exercise is to undertake and enhance existing knowledge and the laboratory skills based on new development in the field of chemical analysis, and also to provide hands-on experience in instrumental methods. Workshops and seminars will be organized in this regard. In addition, related areas such as good laboratory practices, quality assurance, quality control as applied to industries, ISO 17025 2017 requirement for laboratory accreditation. measurement of calibration of instruments, analytical method, validation, statistics, etc. Comprehensive knowledge in these areas is essential to assure the quality of the analytical services conducted by the many organizations. The CPD program is expected to conduct workshops, seminars once a week for 3 months commencing in February 2023. The program is supported by the Sri Lanka Standard Institute, Industrial Technology Institute and the Sri Lanka Accreditation Board with their expertise in relevant fields. Furthermore, experts from the universities and the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon also contribute in the program, bringing quality of the program is highly acceptable level. This project will help the participants to update their analytical services conducted by them, thereby contributing the enhancement of the quality of the product and relevant industries to economy of the Sri Lanka. Fifthly, we will contribute toward the sustainable development goal of UN. We will aware that our country has plagued with corruption and mismanagement. There seem to be no end to that. What we hear daily from findings of government audit department are very disappointing. I remember the words of late Professor J. No Pranandu, our beloved teacher, often says, Sri Lanka like no other. When he hear about the corruption, our heads are full of such bad things and in the absence of any noteworthy actions. Sorry to say that. It is natural that we all tend to get hopeless and disappointed. This is the truth, but we are going to be like that forever. We think something else through which can bring benefit to our motherland. As professional chemists, we can do much to the progress of our country. Even we may not able to do everything for the irregularities that happened in the past and happening now in the country. Most important thing to remember is our individual responsibility. We have to take part on that. As a chemist, we should do our part to contribute to the economic development and do service to our community, generate employment, foreign exchange. We should consider it's our responsibility to contribute to achieve sustainable development goals for the benefit of our own people in Sri Lanka. Chemists can contribute immensely toward achieving SDG. Although we cannot discuss them in detail this occasion, we'll have a joint program with Sustainable Development Council of Sri Lanka. International Year was proclaimed, International Year of Basic Sciences for Development 2022 was proclaimed by 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly to achieve SDG 2020-30 agenda. The government has also established SDG Council, thanks to the government. I am pleased to say that Institute of Chemistry as a national professional body for chemists has initiated many activities contributing to all 17 sustainable development goals at various levels. Among them, under SDG 4, Education for All, we have established grades of professional qualification, associate, member, fellow, chartered chemist, specialist chemist, followed by the registration and code of ethics. Institute has recognized the academic and professional qualification contained in 120 credit equivalent Sri Lanka qualification framework level 6, such as BSc Special, Honours Degree in Chemistry, Chemical Sciences, Graduateship in Chemistry, accredited by the Royal Society of Chemistry UK, only course accredited in the ASEAN region. We are introducing new postgraduate degrees in chemical analysis and quality assurance near future. CPD program for members will be conducted with collaboration of ITI, SLSI, SLAB and the Sri Lanka Accreditation Board and our national universities. That is the achievement we are going to achieve with the Sustainable Development Goal 4. I should mention that above program contribute to improving human resources in the field of chemical sciences through which the industries can obtain the services of well-recognized certified experts. The last but not least, we will be celebrating the International Year of Chemical Basic Sciences for Chemical Development, IYBSSD 2022. I think our ministry is witness for that at the June 28th at the Paris. On December 2nd, the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed 2022 as the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development. In view of the importance of more basic sciences to achieve Agenda 2020-30 and its 17th Sustainable Development Goals, the United Nations General Assembly invited all its member states, organizations and United Nations system to other global and regional, sub-regional organizations as well as other relevant stakeholders, including academia, civil society, and other private sector, to observe and raise awareness of the importance of basic sciences for sustainable development in accordance with the national priorities. As a responsible professional organization, ICAMS is very pleased to adhere to the United Nations invitation and take part in IYBSSD 2022 celebration. Further, the celebration aims to highlight the disseminate the vital role of mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. For the application of new research results promote the development of each sector of the economy and the social life of the nation. Several renowned scientists have defended criterion and invest in basic sciences is equivalent to investing in knowledge that has an impact on the society whole and enable the realization of applied science. There are many examples that we can point out and practical importance of basic sciences. One good example is the recent COVID-19 pandemic. The results produced for many years by basic curiosity-driven scientific research through basic sciences were useful determination of the type of virus and its genetic sequences, variations, and everything that helps us fight the pandemic. Another example invented 1983 by American biochemist Carey Banks Mullis, the polymerase chain reaction PCR is technique used to copy tiny segments of DNA. PCR act like the magnifying glass, making it easier to analyze these DNA segments. PCR has a wide range of application. It can be used to detect presence of bacteria, viruses in food, water, or patients. Over the past 2 years, PCR has been used countless times to test individuals for infection with COVID-19. PCR can also be used to detect the genetic disorder or further our understanding of evolutionary relations between different organisms. In forensics, PCR can be used to identify preliminary on the basis of sample left behind the crime scenes, such as hair follicle, and the Carey Bank Mullis was awarded the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1993 for this revolutionary discovery. Is a chemist. In brief, having capacity of basic sciences in the interest of both developed and developing countries, given the potential for application of post-sustainable development and raise their hands of living, therefore, to achieve, celebrate 2022, IYBSSC 2020, we are launching the virtual industrial trade fair and exhibition, special one, VChemX 2022 today. The recent global launch of the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development providing exciting opportunity to reflect upon many aspects of basic sciences, including their potential help to achieve the SDG. Their role is decision making, how to invest more basic sciences, sustainable development, and the achievement in remaining challenges implementing SDGs through our virtual ChemX 2022, which will take place through the website www.virtualchemx.com from January 2023 to December 23. We expect to host unlimited participants from all around the world and the virtual ChemX 2023 hosting platform. The exhibition has been organized mainly targeting the celebration of the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development Council. Development. The professional theme of the event role of chemists achieving SDG. The exhibition will bring together local and international professionals and academic members of the field of all sciences. Today's opening ceremony is an important step in the journey and that scientists, citizens, and policymakers in Sri Lanka will take together throughout this international year to ensure the basic science plays a full role in effort to achieve more sustainable development in the country. Our target audience will be industrial representatives, including manufacturers and device providers, all level students and from preschool children to university students and parents, academics from universities, school teachers and educationalists, government representative including ministers, secretaries, department and heads, etc. All the professional organizations, scientists, doctors, engineers, professional pharmaceutical professionals, representatives and the members from other journalists and press media. To sum up, I wish to mention that we have established a national secretariat under the bylaws of the Institute of Chemistry, which will take responsibilities implementing several programs, including professional practice of chemistry and promotion of production and export of quality products. We will actively take part in activities toward achieving UN SDG and also promoting basic sciences through this IYBSSD. We have lined up several speeches today. Program give more details on the activities briefly mentioned by me. As professional body of chemists in Sri Lanka, we will always take in necessary measures to contribute to the economic development of the country through above measures while promoting chemical education and industrial development through innovations. I should mention that we are progressing well towards achieving professional practice of chemistry, continuing professional development program, contributing achieve the objective towards the SDG, highlighting the importance of basic sciences in achieving SDGs, bringing together the professional industrial sector, academic students and general public as today. At the meeting held on 13 January 2023 with the Senior Additional Secretary to the President, in which several key officials of the President's Secretariat and the SDG Council participated, I have aware them the above program through the presentation made by me. Assistance of the President's Secretariat by informing the relevant ministries also assured. I request the cooperation of all agencies concerned, both local and international, to achieve these common goals for economic development of the people of Sri Lanka. Accordingly, we expect recognition of qualification offered by the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon in its scheme of recruitment of Ministry of Public Administration and the close interaction of the SDG and the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon. Finally, I request all the government ministries, departments, semi-government agencies, industrialists, academic institutions, international organizations such as United Nations, Food and Agriculture Organization, UNESCO, to assist us the national endeavor. The Institute of Chemistry is always prepared to join hand with them for the common benefit of people in our country. Thank you for your participation, and at the same time I want to speak in Sinhala a few words for my mother language. Is permitted? Yes. Ada රටේ වකුගඩු රෝග තත්ත්වය ඇති වෙලා රුධිර කාන්දුකරණය සහ බද්ධ කිරීමේ රෝග තත්ත්වයට ගමන් කරමින් තිනවා විශාල මුදලක් වැය වෙනවා. බයිපාස් සත්කම් සහ ස්ටෙන්ට් යොදා හදා කිරීම අද ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙලා තිනවා ජීවත් වෙන විශාල මුදලක් වැය වෙනවා. ආතරයිටිස්, ඔස්ටියෝ ආතරයිටිස් රෝග, අස්ථි රෝග විශාල ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙලා තිනවා. දියවැඩියා රෝගවලට ගේන ඖෂධ ගැන අද ඖෂධ රාජ්‍ය ඖෂධ සංස්ථාවේ මහා කළමනාකරුත් මේ සිටිනවා. ඔහු සාක්ෂි දරන ඇති විශාල මුදලක් වැය වෙනවා ඖෂධ සඳහා. දියවැඩියා රෝගය, රුධිර පීඩනය එන්නෙන්නම වැඩි වෙනවා. බෙහෙත් ගෙන එන ප්‍රමාණවත් කරන්නට අපහසු තත්ත්වයක්. ඒකට හේතුව අපි දකින්නේ රුධිර පීඩනය, රුධිරයේ ලෙවල් කොලෙස්ටරෝල් මට්ටම, එහෙම නැත්නම් දියවැඩි රුධිරයේ තියෙන සීනි මට්ටම පාලනය නොකර ගැනීම, අපේ ජීවන රටාව අපි හරියට සකසා නොගැනීම. මේ ඇටිටියුඩ්, මේ ආකල්ප අපි හරියට හදාගත්තොතින් විශාල මුදලක් ඇති වෙනවා. මේ සඳහා අපිට බලපානවා විශාල වශයෙන්ම අපි ගන්න ආහාර සහ අපි අපට තියෙන මේ පරිසරයේ තියෙන අපි නිතර පාවිච්චි කරන ආහාර ද්‍රව්‍ය සහ නොයිකුත් දේවල්. මේ දේවල් අද අපි නිවැරදි මාර්ගයකට හරි ගැස්සුවේ නැත්නම් අපි විශාල වශයෙන් કૃත්‍රිම රසකාරක සහ වෙනත් විෂකාරක අඩංගු අපි ආහාර ද්‍රව්‍ය ඉදිරියේදී අපිට නවතා ගන්නට බැරි වෙනවා. මොකද අපේ රසායනාගාර පද්ධතිය රාජ්‍යයෙන් ලැබෙන ඉතාම අල්පයි. ඒවා අපි ඒ නිෂ්පාදකවරුන්ට බාර දීලා තියෙනවා ඒ පඩත් මගින්. නමුත් ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් ආයතන වල සේවය ඉතා අල්පයි නැතිතරම්. ඉතින් ඒක නිසා අපි හැම සාම්පල් එකක්ම පරීක්ෂා කරලා මහජනයාට භුක්ති විඳීමට දෙනවා නම් අපි ඒ ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ ප්‍රමිතියක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා මෙන්න මේ ප්‍රමිතිය සමග අපි ඉදිරියට ගණන් කිරීමෙන් අපිට පුළුවන් sustainable development goals වල zero hunger කියන number 1, poverty number 2, number 3 health and well-being කියන මේ තුන achieve කරන්නට පුළුවන්. එහෙමනම් sustainable development goal council එක මෙතන ඉන්නවා. මම හිතනවා ඒ අයත් එක්ක අපිට ඉදිරියේ ගමනක් යන්නට ඇමතිතුමත් අපිට මේ සඳහා සම්පූර්ණ දායකත්වය දෙවි. අපේ තියෙන වගකීම අපි ඉටු කර දෙන්න සූදානම් රජයේ අපිට ලැබෙන සහයෝගයන්. ස්තුතියි ඔබ සැමට. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and please remain on stage as we move on to one of the many peaks of today's ceremony. Never before was there a highly recognized establishment for the attestation of an individual's knowledge and proficiency in the management of the practice of chemistry as a profession. Not only that, this next step will also be responsible for identifying areas of importance in the field, as well as safeguarding public interest through its regulation as a third party. Drawing from his experiences as a chartered chemist, a member and fellow of ICHEMC, and his own experiences as a professional in the field, the president of ICHEMC has taken his steps to establish this next plan. For the grand inauguration of the National Secretariat for Professional Practice of Chemistry, I respectfully invite our chief guest for the day, Honorable Dr. Susil Premajayantha, to join the President of Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, on stage.
Yes.
Establishment of the National Secretariat of Professional Practice of Chemistry. This is an urgent need to have a group of national level professionals with the necessary authority to handle the present issues related to the chemicals and products. At present, there are no such legally empowered chemistry professional to be responsible to certify the quality of raw materials, finished products, consumer products, or any other industrial product. An authority is required for the proper use and disposal of chemicals. This would certainly be a job for the chemist who could work according to prescribed regulation laid by the government. There should also be authorized person to issue certificate to confirm the specification also, to comply the specified regulations. Thus, the services of chemists are required in many fields, including education, the manufacturing industry, import, export, distribution, storage, transport of chemicals. The suitable legal provisions are to be included to provide the registration of chartered chemists and authorize them to practice and prevent the practice of unauthorized persons. Accordingly, action has already been initiated to establish National Secretariat of Practice of Chemistry by introducing bylaws under the provision available in the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon Act number 15 1972. The NSSP shall maintain the registration of chemists and award certificates in recognizing their professional capability, specialty, and relevant field of chemical science, and also follow up their maintenance of professionalism as chemists through the regular registration of renewal process. Further, NSPPC will help them to enhance their knowledge by making necessary arrangement for CPD program. Okay. This is the time to inaugurate our National Secretariat. Minister and all of you all are evidence for that.
Button launch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's no? Yeah.
Once or twice.
Once, this one.
Sirs, I would like to request the both of you to please keep remaining. Thank you. 2011 was a massive year for chemistry in Sri Lanka. And one of the reasons for that was the celebrations of the International Year of Chemistry, 2011. Arguably one of the biggest such celebrations of IYC 2011 was the launch of one of the biggest educational exhibitions and trade fairs named ChemX 2011. With hundreds of thousands of people gathering at BMICH that day. An exponential growth, an explosion, a very large boom in the attention of the general public towards chemistry and science as a whole was very clearly observed, marking a glorious success point in the advancement of chemistry in this country. This was all under the guidance, the vigilance, and the undying efforts of Mr. N.M.S. Hettigedara, drawing from his multifaceted, in-depth knowledge and experiences in various disciplines such as food and pharmaceutical chemistry. Mr. Hettigedara went on to be honored for his incredible and invaluable voluntary service with the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon Gold Medal. Now in 2023, we are about to witness the launch and the birth of yet another grand project organized by Mr. Hettigedara, that being Virtual ChemX 2023. To launch this prestigious event, I would like to additionally invite our guest of honor, Professor Sirimali Fernando, and the chairman of NMK Holdings, Mr. Manjula Narayana.
What is VChemX 2022? Virtual 2023, Virtual Educational, Industrial and Trade Exhibition. The virtual exhibition organized by the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon, bringing together scientifically connecting all industries to sectors, commemorate the International Year of Basic Sciences for Development. Many endeavor to enhance and boost the country's economic development in a desperate situation where it is most needed. Virtual ChemX is a virtual platform, and this exhibition and the trade fair will be open to industrialists and other service providers to promote their products at this event by hiring required virtual space from the institute. The exhibition and trade fair is open to the general public free of charge. They enable them to get all product information such as ingredients, standards followed, manufacturing process, panel, nutrition panel, labeling, users, quality assurance, quality certification, prices, delivery, purchase link, etc. This virtual exhibition will be connected to all the websites, relevant ministries, department, universities, higher educational institute, UN and UNESCO. The institution will be this exhibition will be conducted for a period of 1 year and thereafter renewal with the new image. The potential participants of the exhibition trade fair have already been notified about this opportunity, and accordingly good participation of industrialists and other service providers at this exhibition and trade fair could be assured. Virtual ChemX is a new beginning to the legendary ChemX series, aims to increase public appreciation toward the chemistry in meeting the world's need for educating the public how chemistry influences their day-to-day life, especially dedicated to achieving the SDG and IYB-SSD, mainly to create a single platform to all industries and sectors which is interrelated with their connection to the basic sciences. To economically enhance state of the Sri Lankan economy, they encourage interest in chemistry among young generation, industrially working staff, parents, etc. To generate enthusiasm for the creative feature of chemistry. To emphasize that chemistry is the central science, essential for sustainable and improvements to our way of life. Activities such as lectures, exhibits and hands-on experiments will explore how chemical research is critical for solving most of our vexing global problems involved in food, water, health, energy and transportation and more. This will also give exposed to local industries related to the chemistry and benefit them with a new knowledge and technology that can be gained at this event, Virtual Chemex 2023. This is the time to inaugurate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to take this moment to address something really important. For the previous event that was held, the unveiling and the launch of the virtual Chemex, we were in fact supposed to have representatives of Maliban as well. I would like to take this moment to humbly apologize to our Maliban marketing manager, Mr. Poshita. It was our mistake. We had a bit of trouble, and therefore we could not invite you on stage, but the Maliban representatives were supposed to be on stage for this prestigious event as well. And I would like to address that. We are really sorry about that.
Moving on to the next item of our agenda. Please welcome on stage our chief guest, Minister of Education, Honorable Minister Dr. Susil Premajayatha, to address the gathering.
The President and the office bearers of the Institute of Chemistry, Rector and all members of the College of Chemical Sciences, Director General of the UNESCO, Professor Sirimali Fernando, and Professor Priyan, members of Head Table, Deans and faculty members, professional chemists, the representatives of various manufacturing companies, members of the Institute of Chemistry, students of the College of Chemical Sciences, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure I participate this important event, inauguration ceremony of launching the action program for contributing to economic development, professional development of chemists and quality improvement in the chemical industry in line with the International Year of Basic Sciences 2022. The Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, founded in 1941. This is one of the oldest scientific bodies in Sri Lanka. The function as a learned society for 30 years, and amongst its principal achievements was the sponsoring of the formation of the multidisciplinary Sri Lanka associations for the advancement of sciences in 1944. With the passage of time, the membership of the Chemical Society of Ceylon realized that the rapid growth of chemistry, both as a science as well as a profession, necessitated the transformation of the society to an expanded professional body with wide objectives, powers, and functions. So as a result, the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, was established in 1971. It's incorporated by an Act of Parliament number 15 of 1972 with key objectives. I need not emphasize what are the objectives. When we listen to the welcome address by the President of the institution, it is stated the history, the developments, the objectives, and future plans of the institution. And I am very happy that your institution has direct link with SDG 17 goals. when formulating SDG goals in 2013 and 14, I had the opportunity to attend organized by UN, one in Geneva, one in Berlin, and the final one in New York. So then 2015, then Secretary General of United Nations at the General Assembly in New York declared the 17 SDG goals. For each and every goal, there are targets. So though we generally speak about 17 SDG goals, but there are 169 targets within that. So, number 1, no poverty. Number 2, no hungry. Number 3, health and the wellness. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender inequality. So like that, it's continued 17 SDG goals. Now, this particular subject, the chemistry has strong links with most of the SDG goals. Now, for an example, no poverty. Then you need food. So, every food item, other than, I don't know, the artificial ones, but any natural food, there's a strong link with the subject chemistry. So, 2015 to 18, as the Minister of Science, Technology and Research. Then technology part, the ITI. So they are head office at Bauddha Lokamawata, earlier CSIRR. Now they have another laboratory in Malabe. So there they have full-fledged laboratories, brand new equipments at that time. It was idling for 6 years when I took over the ministry. So within 10 months, by 2016, we started the laboratory in Malawi. So entire food technology section now located at Malawi institution. So they have very strong link. And on the other hand, SLSI, there were some controversies about a year ago regarding coconut oil and some food items. But again, they have so many scientists in different fields, even in the field of chemistry. So then the SLSI is responsible for quality assurance. And then the SLAB. So they are responsible for the quality assurance and the registration of laboratories. And I made arrangements to shift them to a more spacious building near the cemetery, Borella Cemetery, from very small building where they were located earlier. So during that, of course, we took some steps to the improvement of science and technology. Now, if I come to the education, again, so still for last 74 years, so more or less, we follow the British system, but even for last few decades, they have changed a lot. Now recently, I attended the Education Ministers Conference of UNESCO in Paris. So now we are talking about education transformation. We were planning for reforms. 2.5 years, over 180 academics, professionals had many workshops, and then they prepared the framework of the education reforms in 3 sectors. That is in general education, higher education, and technical education and skills development. These are the 3 sectors. But earlier these three sectors in 4 ministries. But now all these 3 sectors plus science and technological institutions except 4, all other institutions under the Ministry of Education. When I was attending Asia Pacific Education Ministers Conference organized by UNESCO Bangkok office, the Ministry of Education of Japan, the same subjects included in Ministry of Education. But it's huge challenge for me to handle 17 state universities, about another 3 universities under the Ministry of Higher Education. You find so many protests in connection with Buddhist and Pali University and other issues. But we have to take up all these challenges. So what is the reason for all this? That is, we have not changed our system for last many decades. When free education bill introduced in 1946 by then Minister of Education Dr. C.W.W. Kannangara, after deliberating for 14 years in one committee, 14 years deliberation. And he managed to get the approval from then State Council by 1 vote, the majority. All others were against the free education bill. But at that time, the education, especially the higher education, limited to privileged class. So, as a result of free education bill, in 1940s, our literacy rate was 46%, but now 93, 95, between 93 and 95. There's a huge achievement in the field of education. But the issue is, we have not changed the system for last many decades. Now again in 1961, after the introduction of taking of private schools in 1961 and then implemented in 1962, so most of the schools were taken up to the Ministry of Education of the government, handled by various organizations. There were missionary schools, the Paramaviññānārtha Bauddha Sangama, there are so many organizations. But at the moment now we have 10,155 schools, public schools, about 110 private schools, and over 300 international schools. There's no regulator for international schools. So very soon we are going to introduce that. Now the National Education Commission has prepared 10-year National Education Policy. That is their duty, according to the act introduced by late Mr. Lalit Atulamadali, when he was the Minister of Education. So they have prepared it. Now, what we have done, we align the education reforms or transformation to National Education Policy, which will be implemented from 2023 to 2033. So by 2030, we have to achieve the goal of quality education, SDG 4. So hardly we have 7 years. So we are going to start the pilot project from the first term of 2023, which will be started on 27th of March, because we had to extend the third term of general education 2022 to up to 24th of March. Even 1 month we have to close all the schools, because we have to we have 2,200 examination centers. It is being conducted at the moment, even with some challenges, but so far, this time A-level examination is conducting smoothly at the moment. I think maths paper is over, the biology paper was over yesterday, then the chemistry paper will be started within 2 days' time. By 3rd, all the science papers, we can finish all the science papers. So, now in education, so I was trying to introduce STEM education when I was the Minister of Science and Technology. Professor Ceylon Fernando knows very well. She was the chairperson of National Science Foundation. And we attended a workshop in Kuala Lumpur, the regional workshop. But at that time, then education authorities, they couldn't understand what the STEM education is. So STEM started in United States in 2001. Actually, it's introduced by National Science Foundation of United States after having research in 1999. Then, of course, there are 96 countries. Now, they have STEM education in their countries. So, in the year 2017, the PISA test, Program for International Students Assessment, it's an annual test. So, only STEM education related countries, they send their children for the examination. So, in 2017, Singapore came first. And always the Finland within first 5. The 2014, Finland came first. So, the Vietnam, number 8. So, United States, the country introduced STEM education, is below Finland, Singapore and some other countries. But unfortunately, so we are now talking about your institution. 1941, then after 30 years, 1972, the act was introduced. Now still you are continuing with, with many developments. Chemistry, so like that, physics, then the biology, all the academics, professionals, so they are here, right? But in our country, nobody thought about STEM education. So now we are going to introduce STEM education with education transformation from 2023. So pilot project will be started, as I said, from 27th of March, from grade 1, 6, 10. So then we have 5 years cycle. So it's a challenge. Now see, for an example, chemistry. Say grade 10 and 11, the based on grade 10 and 11, O-level science paper, chemistry, physics, bio, both, all 3 subjects in one subject. But about 20 years ago, then the chemistry, physics, then the biology, then the maths, applied maths, like that, range of subjects. So, up to O-level, in the science subjects, all these subjects other than the maths included. Then advanced level, the 2 years syllabuses, it's very complicated. Because students, they have to work hard. If they don't get A passes, because I have seen the surveys for maths and science, it is very difficult to get passes at the GC advanced level. So then we have to reduce the weight of the examinations. Now grade 5 examination, scholarship examination. It's meant for scholarships. Now it's a competitive examination. It's competitive than, I think, civil servant exam. Yes. Students from grade 2 starting, tuition classes. Right? So I had discussions with the Pediatricians Association. I met Professor Rasnayaka Mudians, Paradin University, and so many psychiatrists. So they are of the opinion you have to reduce the weight of the grade 5 examination. Otherwise, the 10 years children, most of them, they are under pressure. They are pressurized by their parents and the society. If you don't get the cut-off mark, so what do you mean by cut-off mark at grade 5 scholarship? We give only 25,000 scholarships. 20,000 in Sinhala medium and 5,000 in Tamil medium. So then you come starting from 200 mark, then 152 cut-off. So 152 marks for 2 papers means average over 75 marks. So they are fail? No. So then we have an issue of testing and evaluation. Totally with your memory, you can score marks. Then the application. So that is the issue. After graduation from the university, other than medical faculty, engineering faculty and few other faculties, all others, they are on street demanding jobs. So the issue is skills. They can't apply what they acquire in the university when they pass degrees. So this is the issue. Doctors definitely they have to practice. So in my profession, LLB, then attorney finals, then we have to go to the courts and practice. But now you find very few attorneys practicing in courts. When I took course in 1985, we had only 160. Morning session 80 and the evening session another 80. So recently, I went to the ceremonial sitting. 1,200 attorneys enrolled. 3 days, 2 sessions. So at the moment there are 22,000 attorneys registered. So total number of cases nearly 1 million. So if you divide 1 million by 22,000 and adding every year 1,200, so where you end up? So there are so many issues at the moment. So like similarly, I am not talking about other professions because it's so sensitive, so I can speak about my profession, right? So this is the situation. So why? What is the reason? The reason is we have not changed our education system for decades. Even in Britain, so they have changed a lot. So with the transformation of education, we are going to reduce the weight of the examination, the weight of school bag. Yes, it's nearly 10 kilos. Grade 5 student. So, it's an issue. And the homework. So, homework is mostly done by parents. So, always, all the students from grade 1 pressurize. With that pressure, they sit for GCSE A levels, then go to the university, then you find different world. So, they are not in a position to matching the system. So, therefore, we have to change the system, teaching methodologies. So, recently I was in Moscow. I had a discussion with Minister of Education and the Science, that particular ministry. So, he told me they have 31 universities for pedagogies. 31 universities. So, in Singapore, so recently I went through the system of Singapore education, the Finland, and the neighboring India. They introduced their latest education policy, 2020. spreading out of 48 domains. So they have so many languages, no? But still, so they revise their syllabuses. So most probably, with the education transformation by 2024, we have to change all the textbooks. Instead textbooks, we are going to introduce modules. So each and every unit will be a module. After every module, there is exercise and the evaluation by the teacher, class teacher. So then continuous evaluation will be given initially 30 marks up to O levels. Then A levels, of course, we have not finalized what to do, but there are a set of university students will come to the street, right? So, but we can start it from grade 1 and the 6. So we have 5 years to introduce any changes of university admissions by 2030. So with that reform, of course, we are going to introduce IT as a compulsory subject for GC O level from grade 6 to 11. And we are thinking about the holding of O level examination, good old days, at grade 10, now grade 11, enter the university. If it is 3 years degree course, by 20 plus they can pass out from the university, special 21, and even the medical faculty, by 23 they can pass out from the university. That is why in the international schools, most of the parents, they encourage their children to sit for Edexcel or Cambridge examination. So those are some salient points that under consideration, and we are starting the pilot project covering 208 schools from 27th of March. And at the same time, we are going to introduce IT as a compulsory subject. We have to train more teachers, and we are going to have strong links with Microsoft to maintain the international standard. And they offer international driving license for our teachers. So then I am afraid after getting their driving license, they will leave the country and go to some other places with that recognition. So that's different. And at the moment, I was told there are 36,000 vacancies in the IT field. There are so many companies, but they don't have young, talented, and skilled people for their industry. So therefore, I want to improve from grade 6 to 13 the IT, subject IT, and most probably AI will be introduced at grade 8. There are so many emerging technologies. We discussed that. We prepared a document called Innovating Sri Lanka. Professor Sirumali also one of the key players, and Professor Ajit Talvis, the team. How to add value for our natural resources. Now, we are waiting for $2.9 billion US IMF loan. Still we are fighting for it. So we produce world-best graphite. Now there is a technology to convert into graphene. So then, if we convert to graphene, so value addition is 1 to 15,000. Then, for last many decades, we export ilmenite. Right? If we convert it, then still you can add value. Then the quartz. We export quartz, 0.5 millimeter or 1 to Taiwan, and then they produce chips and all that, they export it to us. There are so many silica like that, of course, so many natural resources we have, but we export all these natural minerals as it is. It will take only 2-3 years. Only issue is we need the technology. We have scientists. You are professionals. So if there are investments, so I prepared the mineral policy when I was the Minister of Environment. I had so many challenges with the exporters, right? Then they abandoned that after I left the place. If we have a mineral policy, and if we can say add value and then export, so you can easily earn over 3 billion within three years. It's not a loan, no. We need not repay. So now, in the field of agriculture, now දැන් මේ දවස්වල කියන මොකද බණ්ඩි පූර්ණය කහ ගහිලා කියන්නේ the TSP. ඉතින් අර තියෙන කන්දක් මතන කැකිරාවේ. දැන් අපි කන්ද උඩ වාඩි වෙලා ඉන්නවා. අවුරුදු 200ක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පූ ගිහී ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් අපේ සයන්ටිස්ට්ලා ඉන්නවා ඔක්කොම ඉන්නවා. එක ඉන්වෙස්ටර් කෙනෙක් ගෙනවන if we have one investor and invest it, right? And then the add value, then we can use it. So we spent millions of dollars to import fertilizer, chemical fertilizer. So Flintech, they had research and they produce nano fertilizer. And the cinnamon, then the graphene project. So at that time there were 28 PhDs, young PhDs attending research, the Flintech. Now reduced to 12. Now again we have to take steps to revive this institution with millions worth laboratory equipments. Then we started SlipTech, the biotech laboratory. They don't have much equipments. But if we have all these facilities, I am sure that with your support, chemists, physics, right, then biotechnology sector, so they can use their knowledge and professionalism, and then we can earn foreign exchange required for our imports, essential items. Unfortunately, now what is the reason for this economic crisis? You all are responsible? No. Normally, the people tend to pass the responsibility to politicians. Most of the politicians are not professionals, elected by the people. So they are advised by economists. Now, can you show me a single scientist attached to central bank or the treasury? In other countries, they have different sectors. So about 4 or 5 years ago, when I was the Minister of Science and Technology, I said at one conference, if we continue with traditional exports, we will end up the disaster. We have to add value and improve exports, improve the export income and foreign remittances. So to do that, you need scientists and technologists. But unfortunately, our central bank and treasury, they are not in line with scientists and technologists. Still, they have the old economic theory. Increase interest rate over 30, so then they can reduce money circulation. So now, what is now see the results? Manufacturers, small and medium, industrialists, entrepreneurs, so they can't generate income. So they are not in position to pay income tax. So then again it's fail, no? So you can't apply good old theories or the normal theories under special circumstances. After COVID-19, not only Sri Lanka, in other countries, but other than COVID-19, it is our own activities affected to this economic crisis. So I think even in the future, right, the scientists and technologists involved in making decisions, policy decisions, then of course we'll have a better future. So therefore, I take this opportunity to thank your institution, president, and the office bearers, and all the scientists in different fields, not only chemistry, the physics, biology, and other IT and all that, and engineering. So STEM means science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Now A also added to that, then the STEAM, the arts also there. So then you have to help us to improve the STEM education from grade 6 to 13. Then of course in a future date, we will be able to fight with this economic crisis and confront with some unfavorable issues. And very soon we have to start in the schools teaching the climate change. That is one of the key subjects of the United Nations and the UNESCO. Now see, yesterday evening rain, nobody expected. I don't know even today. So climate change affects the crops, the agriculture, SDG 1, 2, 3, even the 4, and then water. And there are so many SDG goals. So therefore now they are focusing on climate change, and we also have to introduce important parts of climate change to the syllabuses from grade 6, even from grade 1. So I don't take much of your time. So once again I thank the President and the office bearers for inviting me today, and then we'll work together in the education transformation. So then we'll be able to produce more chemists, then the scientists and technologists. Then only we can go ahead as a country without any loans. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving on to the next item in our agenda. In line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal of quality education and the theme for his presidential year, the current president of ICMC launched the Continuous Professional Development Program to make sure the brains out in the chemistry field are up to date with the latest scientific information and practice in analytical and instrumental methods. Our next speaker will introduce this program in depth. She herself is a lead in bringing this program to life, being a graduate as well as a part of ICMC since the early 1970s, as one of his oldest members, being in many committees and councils, as well as its president in 2005 and 2006. In addition to serving the College of Chemical Sciences as a rector and a dean. She is most notably the project manager for the Sri Lanka Pharmaceutical Laboratory, opening up many avenues for students by introducing a graduate-level degree program in pharmacy for the first time at the University of Colombo, where she served for 8 years as its head of Department of Chemistry. Please welcome Professor Sujatha Hebage, Chairperson of the CBD Committee of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, for the next introduction.
Chief Guest, Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Susil Premjanth, Guest of Honor, Professor Sirimali Fernando, Secretary General, Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, President of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, Mr. Sanjay Hettigadara, other members of the head table, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now the theme for the year 2022-2023 selected by the President is based on the Sustainable Development Goals introduced by the United Nations in 2015 and to achieve its objectives by the year 2031. Mr. Sanjay Hettigadara, our current President, is keen to carry out activities related to SDGs during this presidential year. One of the important objectives of the SDGs is in further enhancing the quality of education and lifelong learning. As a chairperson of the CPD committee, it is my present duty place before you a brief introduction to the existing educational programs conducted by the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon at present, and then on the continuous development, professional development program to be introduced in February 2023. As the ICHEMC is conducting educational programs successfully since early 1970s, we are in a strong position to expand our educational programs beyond undergraduate level to postgraduate levels, including the professional chemistry courses directed at the graduate chemist. Since early 1970s, ICHEMC initiated and implemented several educational programs successfully. The first program to initiate in 1973 was the Laboratory Technician Certificate course in chemistry. At that time, there was a dearth in trained technical level manpower required by the research institutes, universities, and the industrial sector. Introduction of a technical level course was a major requirement at that time. Over the years, this program was improved and upgraded to a diploma in laboratory technology. It is a 2-year program offered by the Institute, including theory and practical, and is focused on producing middle-level technical expertise in chemical analysis. This course provides technical expert to medical laboratories, research institutes, universities, and many types of industries. We are proud to announce that we have been conducting this program since 1973 and successfully completing 50 years this year, that is 2023. Towards the latter part of 1970s, graduateship in chemistry program of 2 or 4 years was introduced with the intention of producing graduate chemists, providing opportunities to employ in the government and private sector. Initially enrolling small number of around 50 students, now the institute enrolls more than 200 students annually. This program now caters to the students who are unable to enter state universities due to space factor, late developers, employed students, and students who have followed A-level courses in international schools. GIC program is accredited to the Royal Society of Chemistry, UK, and is highly recognized locally and internationally. The number of ICHEMC graduates obtaining PhDs and other postgraduate qualifications has been remarkable and is increasing its demand. In 2020, BSc Honours in Chemical Science was initiated. This is a 4-year degree program is accredited to the SCACA, that is Standing Committee on Accreditation of Quality Assurance, the Ministry of Higher Education. Therefore, this degree is recognized by the government of Sri Lanka and graduates are eligible to apply for state sector employment. All these three programs conducted by the ISCMC has enabled national need professional chemists to be fulfilled. There is a high demand for these three programs due to the quality of education provided by the ISCMC. All lectures and practicals are conducted by the highly qualified internal and visiting academic staff, professors and senior lecturer level, and by the expert chemists from industries. Having achieved the intended goal for the technical level and graduate level programs under the directions given by the current president, Mr. Sanjay Hettigedara, the Council of the ISCMC embarked on this new journey, that is to improve the quality of chemistry graduates employed in industry. Hence, we decided to commence a new program under Continuous Professional Development category. The objective in this exercise is to update and enhance the existing knowledge in laboratory skills of graduate chemists based on the new development in the field of chemical analysis. This program will also provide hands-on experience in instrumental methods, including highly sophisticated instrumental methods such as LC, MS. So this gives the different headings, different titles we are going to conduct, and also the research persons who are going to conduct those courses. We have coined the title of the program as Knowledge, Skills, and Standard Practices in Chemical Analysis. This course includes classical methods and its practical applications, instrumental analytical methods, and application of spectral methods such as UV, visible, IR, fluorescence, AS. Chromatographic and hyphenated methods including GC, GCMS, HPLC, LCMS-MS, ICP-MS, and also preparative chemical separation, chromatographic analysis, analytical techniques and applications, green chemistry, and sustainable technologies, and industrial application of green chemistry, and also electroanalytical techniques. That covers almost 12 weeks of the program. In addition, related areas such as good laboratory practices, quality assurance on quality control as applied to industries in Sri Lanka, ISO 17025 for laboratory accreditation, including technical and management requirements, analytical method validation, measurement and calibration of instruments, statistics and chemometrics in chemical analysis, including the exercises, also will be conducted. At the end of the program, a visit to Slintech is included. Comprehensive knowledge in all these areas is essential to assure the quality of analysis and analytical services conducted by the industry and many organizations. The participants following this program will have the opportunity to get their problems related to analytical work sorted out during the hands-on experience sessions using advanced instruments. Application of analytical methods, maintenance, and troubleshooting knowledge are also part of the laboratory sessions. This program will be commenced in middle February 2023 and continue for 3 months. The full course is divided into 12 weeks. Each week, seminars, workshops are planned, and the program will be completed in end of April or beginning of May depending on the holidays. In this endeavor, program is supported by the Sri Lanka Standard Institution, Industrial Technology Institute, and Sri Lanka Accreditation Board, with their expertise in relevant fields. Furthermore, academics from the state universities and the ICMC are contributing to the progress of the project, bringing the quality of the training course to a highly acceptable and advanced level. So ICMC is optimistic that the participants will have the opportunity to enhance their knowledge and skills during the interactive sessions. This project will help the participant to update the analytical knowledge, skills and practices carried out by them and to motivate them to better in their analytical work. Finally, we hope that this program will enable them to enhance the quality of the industrial product that they produce and contributing to the improvement of the economic situation in Sri Lanka. ICMC also hopes that this project will be a success as our existing technical and undergraduate programs, providing an opportunity to continue this program for the benefit of the analytical chemists and to their employers and society at large. So I hope we can, it took a lot of time for us to organize this. We were supposed to start last July, August, but with so much work, so many personnel involved, so it took such a long time. So by February, middle February, we are hoping to start the program. So thank you very much for your attention. It's a brief outline.
Thank you, madam. And we ask her to remain on stage for the launch of the program. And we also invite our guest of honor, Secretary General of the Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, Professor Srilamari Fernando, to join us on stage.
In the words of the Dean of College of Chemical Sciences, Professor Namal Priyantha, the chemist is the focal point of human life and therefore needs to be well equipped with the necessary and up-to-date knowledge and the expertise for chemical analysis, accuracy, precision, and the aspects of quality assurance. It is for this significance that the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, proposes a professional master's degree in chemical analysis and quality assurance. To introduce this, I would like to invite Dr. Udaya K. Jayasundara. Dr. Udaya has received his BSc Honours in Chemistry from the University of Peradeniya in 2004 and PhD in Chemistry from the University of Nevada, Reno, USA in 2011. He has received extensive training in occupational health and safety, environmental health and safety, good laboratory practices, and safe handling of chemicals, in addition to his main role as a lead scientist in analytical chemistry. He joined as a senior lecturer at the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon in 2013. In addition, he is a visiting lecturer at the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, Division of Labor Department, since 2016, and at Postgraduate Institute of Science, University of Peradeniya, from 2020. Further, he closely works with the Center for Laboratory Safety at the University of California, Los Angeles, and Laboratory Safety Institute, NATIC, for his collaborative research. Dr. Udaya possesses over 17 years of undergraduate teaching and 14 years of research expertise in physical and analytical chemistry, where he has published several peer-review articles based on his research in physical and analytical chemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Udaya K. Jayasundara. Sir, the stage is yours.
Chief Guest, Honorable Minister Dr. Susil Premachayantha, Guest of Honor, Professor Sirimali Fernando, President of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, Mr. N. M.S. Hettigedara, members of the head table, past presidents of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, and members of the council, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to basically give the main introduction to the proposed Master's Science program. I'm going to give you an introduction to the Master's Degree in Chemical Analysis and Quality Assurance program, which was proposed by the College of Chemical Sciences and Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon. The importance of this program is in traditional universities in Sri Lanka, we have Masters in Analytical Chemistry programs and other Master's degree level programs. However, we do not have a program which combines both chemical analysis and quality assurance. So as a result of that, we thought of introducing a new program. For that, we had a brief survey which was circulated among Institute of Ceylon members as well as other professionals to seek the possibility of conducting such a program. So we have received a significant result or a good in our survey, we have circulated about 9 questions. So in that 9 questions, we have received a significant result stating that this program is a suitable one to be conducted at the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, which is not available in anywhere in other universities or in other postgraduate institutions. So as a result of that, we have decided to move forward with this green light from our well-wishers as well as other stakeholders. So then, so this is so in this program, it is designed for 1 year as well as a 2-year program, specifying on 2 different aspects. The first one is the chemical analysis, and the second one is about the quality assurance. So these things, these 2 items are very important, especially for the industrial level scientists, because they do need to have both analytical knowledge as well as quality assurance knowledge. So these 2 are going together. However, our current state universities, they do focus on the first one, and really they do focus on the second one. So the goal of our program is to make sure that the output of this program is going to handle both these in the suitable manner. So there are different opportunities provided for this one. The graduates who will pass out with this course will have both knowledge in chemical analysis as well as the quality assurance. So these things are very important for the society as well as the industrialist, because the industrialists who are in the field with an extensive experience will also have the opportunity to learn more about the chemical analysis, as well as they will be able to upgrade their existing knowledge. And if they don't have that knowledge, probably they could be able to catch up some of the new technologies which we are going to offer you in this program. In addition, that we are going to talk about the quality assurance, because nowadays we always talk about different qualities. For example, in ISO 9001, 14001, 45001. So those things will be included in this program. So as a result of that, the output will be very suitable as well as demanding personnel will be coming out of from this project. So these are the course units that we are planning to offer in this 2-year program. The first one is measurement and data handling, and then sampling and sample processing. So there we are going to have laboratory techniques as well as other field visits to ensure that the participants are getting suitable and sufficient hands-on experience. Then we move on to the good potential laboratory practices, which is hardly taught in any program, and good manufacturing practices, which is already available in the country, but we are going to give the participants the theoretical aspects behind this one. Then we move on to the regular analytical methods, which is very similar to the common Master in Analytical Chemistry program in conventional universities. And then instrumental maintenance and troubleshooting. There we are talking about state-of-art analytical techniques such as HPLC, GCMS, UPLC kind of techniques. And also we are trying our best to incorporate other institutions like Slintech as well as ITI to get their support to make this program much more sustainable. And then analytical methods, development and validation for trace analysis, sensor technology and its advances. So these are novel topics that we are going to introduce in this program. And then we move to the quality assurance and chemical analysis in selected industries. So there we are getting the ideas or opinions from the participants. So based on that, we are tailor-made in new courses based on their input. Then value addition in industry, as the minister also explained, so that's a very important area that we are going to touch upon in this course. Then quality control and quality assurance method in laboratory, so how we are going to install a lab and what are the qualities and what are the standards that particular laboratory should satisfy. Those things we are going to discuss in this particular course. And also we are not limited to the theory, but also we are trying to have the laboratory sections as well. So we are having 2 laboratory sections. The first one is based on natural substance and value-added products. So that is like that, putting theory into practice, and environmental and industrial samples. Also that we have a seminar presentation and industrial experience, because we believe that the experts or the output of this program should be able to communicate properly with the society. So that is the final output that we need to have. No matter what they do, that if they cannot produce, if they cannot present it, so that is not going to be successful. So therefore we will have a seminar presentation and industrial experience. And finally we will have an independent study where the participants will be doing literature survey and finding out facts and present their findings. So after completion of this course by the attendees, that they will be able to challenge the chemical analysis and quality assurance, and they are able to compete with the other scientists who are in the field, and also they are able to undertake the responsibilities in the field, such as in chemical analysis and quality assurance. In chemical analysis, so it could be industrial laboratory, it could be clinical laboratory, or in any analytical services laboratory. So we are going to serve the nation in all these aspects. Plus we will have the quality assurance output that is also again applicable for the industries, research institutions and research laboratories. So we will be having resource persons coming from different institutions. We have resource persons from government universities, industries, as well as research and development organizations. So therefore we will be having a good research, lecture panel to conduct these courses, and at the moment we are in the process of applying in order to get the accreditation for this program, which we are hoping to start by next year, that is in 2024. So with that, I would like to conclude this talk on the proposed master degree program at the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon. So this will be the first such program, because so far we are having degree programs for the school leavers or the A-level students. So after that they graduate, that this is a great opportunity not only for the institute students but for other industrialists as well as other students to get a degree which has both analytical knowledge as well as the quality assurance knowledge. So with that, I would like to thank for the organization committee for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to the next item in this grand ceremony, it is the introduction to the establishment of the Chemical Laboratory and the Chemist Training Center, which is proposed to provide accredited testing services to the industry and train graduates of chemistry to hone their laboratory skills. To further elaborate on this topic, let me introduce our next speaker. She is currently the director of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, as well as a member of the executive board in the Federation of Commonwealth Chemistry. Among many academic titles, she has served as the chair of chemistry in the University of California and has vast experience in in-depth research of natural products chemistry with more than 228 publications. She is a highly involved member of IChemC, who served as a president in 2019 and 2020, and currently as the chairperson in the Board of Trustees, IChemC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Priyani Parnagama.
Our guest of honor, Professor Sirimali Fernando, Secretary General, Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, President of the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon, President of the OPA, and representatives from professional organizations, members of the head table, members of the council and the past presidents, and representatives from secretaries of ministries and SDGs, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and a pleasure to deliver this speech as the chairperson of the Board of Trustees. As you all know, that Institute of Chemistry Ceylon is the Chemical Society of Sri Lanka, and also it is recognized by many professional organizations in the world like IUPAC, Federation of Commonwealth Chemistry, Royal Society of Chemistry, OPCW, etc. So, and also the Institute of Chemistry is recognized as a charity organization, and the main objective of one of the main objective of this council here, as the president of the Institute of Chemistry, Mr. Hetchigedara, that's the establishment of a state-of-the-art analytical laboratory and the training center, and therefore the proposal was submitted by the Board of Trustees to the Council of the Institute of Chemistry, and it was accepted, and therefore we have to take the initiative to do this, establish this analytical testing laboratory, and this will contribute to the national development of the country. As you all know, there are only very limited number of accredited testing laboratories available in Sri Lanka. Therefore, a land was donated to us by Ms. Dr. Claudia Nettasinghe's family, and that will be utilized to construct the laboratory, which is as a 3-storied building that will help us to serve the country's economy in many ways, and because we wanted to improve the research capabilities of the chemists that produced by state and non-state universities in Sri Lanka, and also the postgraduate students, as well as we wanted to help the industry. As you know, the many local products, imported and exported product introduced to the market should be, in order to maintain the quality, should be checked and maintain the, assure the quality of all these products. As the chairperson of the Formula Committee of the Ayurveda department, I have realized the need of this testing laboratory, because there are many specifications requested by this need to test for this product. Sometimes some of the testing laboratories, they cannot do those things. Therefore, with that experience, we thought the Institute of Chemistry is the best place to establish this testing laboratory, especially for the testing of pharmaceutical products, herbal medicines, cosmeceuticals, and also analysis of nanomaterial, paints, water quality, food and beverages, and also identification of the adulteration. Many imported product, we don't do the the necessary testing, and also next important thing is to through this establishment of the laboratory, we wanted to maintain a training center. In order to, there we will organize the workshops for the graduates. We produce through state and non-state universities. So, and also we wanted to improve the entrepreneurial skills of our undergraduates. That is also very important. We have realized there are medium and small scale industries. They produce their products, but they cannot afford to get those analyses done in order to reach the global market. That was, therefore, as the charity organization, our intention is to do all this analytical testing for a nominal fee. That is what we wanted. That is the main objective of this, the construction of this analytical laboratory, because this will help for determination of product efficacy by doing mini project, and product safety as product quality, and also see whether they are compliance with the the regulatory requirements. And we know that our theme of this council year is to achieve the sustainable development goals. Therefore, we wanted to implement all these analytical testing by using green chemistry. So therefore, this will help us to introduce green chemistry into the, in Sri Lanka, and also develop human resources of chemists is another objective. And the next important thing is, as you all know, we are one of the, Sri Lanka has been identified as the one of the biodiversity hotspots. We have a lot of natural resources, as this was stated here, but we don't do the value addition. This is the next, another objective of, establishing this laboratory. We have the cinnamon, which is unique to Sri Lanka. We don't do the value addition, and minerals, fertilizer, and also developed eco-friendly product from indigenous, the medicine. These are the objectives. So therefore, we wanted to initiate this in this council year, and initially establish as a basic laboratory, and we wanted to get the recognition of the Sri Lankan Accreditation Board and develop as an accredited laboratory and help the nation, and also help the economy of Sri Lanka. With that, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to make the speech today. And once again, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take this moment to speak a few words about our guest of honor of the day, Professor Sirimali Fernando. She has served as a chairperson of the National Science Foundation for 2 terms, from 2004 to 2013 and from 2015 to 2018. She was the science advisor to the Minister of Science and Technology since 2006. She has been a professor of microbiology at University of Sri Jayawardenepura since 2001, and has been a university academic in medical microbiology since 1986 to date. She has initiated and coordinated the National Nanotechnology Initiative and the National STI Strategy for Sri Lanka. She is currently the Secretary General of the Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO. Professor Sirimali Fernando, I invite you to address the gathering at this moment.
Mr. Hettigedera, the President and the members of the Council of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, eminent speakers, dignitaries at the head table, members, academics, and students of the Institute of Chemistry, distinguished invitees, colleagues, and friends. Greetings from UNESCO. I thank the President, Mr. Hettigedera, and the Council of Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, for your kind invitation to me to join this event as the guest of honor, and delighted on your decision to pursue your 2023 activities aligned to the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development. UNESCO is the acronym for United Nations Educational, Science, Cultural Organization, and is the main UN organization dedicated for science. For the past 25 years, the UNESCO has declared and celebrated 10 science-related international years, including those dedicated for physics in 2005, chemistry in 2011, and the periodic table of chemical elements in 2019. I congratulate and thank the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, for successfully organizing the celebration of the International Year of Chemistry in 2011 in Sri Lanka. Thank you. The UNESCO Science conducts 5 major international science programs. The International Basic Sciences Program is one of them. UNESCO has a special thrust on basic sciences, which covers the key disciplines in natural science, recognizing its curiosity-driven nature, which leads to many patents and disruptive innovations for the future. The General Assembly of the United Nations, which met in September 2021 in New York, as Minister said, adopted the UNESCO resolution to declare an International Year of Basic Sciences. In July 22, the global launch of the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development took place in Paris at UNESCO headquarters. The closing ceremony is scheduled to take place in June 2023 in CERN, Geneva. I'm pleased to note that the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, has dedicated this event to the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development. This is an exciting opportunity for all of us to reflect upon many aspects of basic sciences, including their potential to help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, their role in decision making, how to invest more in basic sciences and sustainable development, and harnessing the basic sciences to the achievements and challenges in implementing the SDGs. Chemistry is a basic science that cuts across all disciplines. It contributes to the sustainable use of natural resources, the protection of human health and the environment, and the development of new materials and technologies for a greener future. It is an essential science for sustainable development. However, we need to be cognizant of the close and critical relationship that exists among the chemicals, the environment, and the life on our planet. As you know, we are currently facing 3 interconnected planetary crises: the climate change, the biodiversity loss, and the environmental pollution. These have put the global economic and social well-being at risk. Many chemicals, especially the greenhouse gases and chemical pollutants, play a major role in many of the environmental and health problems we face today. We see a vicious cycle continuing, where chemicals impacting the climate change, and in turn, climate change increasing the impact of chemical pollution and augmenting the release of hazardous chemicals into the environment. That is why we need a sustainable solution for this, and the answer to a large extent lies in the chemicals we use, apart from changing the human behavior, of course. The chemical diversity we know today is 3 times greater than 20 years ago. An estimated 350,000 chemicals are available on the market today and in circulation worldwide. More than 85% of the basic carbon structure that makes most of these chemicals today is still obtained from fossil fuels. A study of national chemical registers in 19 major countries has shown that 1/3 of all chemicals have inadequate descriptions. About 70,000 entries are for mixtures and polymers, with no details provided about the individual components. Another 50,000 entries are categorized as confidential business information and are not publicly accessible. Only the manufacturers know what they are and how dangerous or toxic they could be. Globalization and worldwide trade ensure that these chemicals do not stop at national borders. Therefore, it's very important for us to appreciate the impact of chemicals on our health, food, water, and environment. In this year of basic sciences for sustainable development, its role, let's resolve to reflect on how safe and sustainable are the products and the processes we design, create, generate, use, and dispose. Chemistry could also help us to develop environmentally friendly products and processes, and it can also help us to clean the pollution. And I'm very happy to learn that you are focusing on green chemistry much in your programs, which is commendable. Standard practice for sustainability assessments in the chemical industry today focuses mainly on calculating a given product's carbon footprint, from raw material through production to disposal, known as the life cycle analysis. This allows a comparison between different types of production. However, it is considered of limited use in assessing global impacts on natural ecosystems. The conventional life cycle analysis of chemicals often take only CO2 emissions into account. Climate change isn't the only problem. Concerns are now being expressed that if we focus only on solutions that exclusively reduce carbon emissions, we may actually end up shifting the environmental burden to other categories and cause some collateral damage. Therefore, a more comprehensive life cycle assessment for chemicals and their production processes are required and are being studied, which would factor the 9 planetary boundaries, including biodiversity loss and changes in land use and freshwater consumption. It is therefore critical, I wish Minister is here to request him, that we invest in research and development on sustainable chemistry. And I'm happy that we are working on that, but we need more investment into this area and support the implementation of best practices and regulations to minimize the negative impact. Green chemistry, for this reason, has become a focus for cutting-edge research into sustainable technologies. With this in mind, Green Chemistry for Life project was launched in 2013 by UNESCO's International Basic Science Program. With Foucesed, as you know, the largest producer of phosphate-based fertilizer in Europe, and in close cooperation with International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry, we call it IUPAC. The Foucesed UNESCO IUPAC research grants in green chemistry program annually offers research grants up to $30,000 each to scientists 39 years and under for innovative research projects based on principles of green chemistry. I take this opportunity to remind you, the young researchers here, that the 8th call for applications for these grants are open until 30th June this year. In conclusion, chemistry is a powerful tool for sustainable development. It's essential to invest in the development of sustainable chemistry and support the implementation of best practices and regulations, which your institution is trying very hard, in order to minimize the negative impacts. UNESCO plays a significant role in promoting sustainable chemistry and its impact on the sustainable development. Together, we can work towards a future where chemistry contributes to a greener and more equitable world. While admiring the achievements of your institute over the past 5 decades or more, and thanking for the services you have rendered to this nation, I wish you all success. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Next, I would like to invite the President of the Organization of Professional Associations of Sri Lanka, Ms. Ruchira Gunasekara, to share her thoughts.
Good morning. Mr. NMS Head Together President, Dr. Manuja Lamabadusuriya Secretary, honorary members of the Council of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, distinguished members of the head table, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Organization of Professional Associations of Sri Lanka, let me congratulate the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, on the launch of its Action Plan 2023 and thank the organizers for inviting me to this auspicious inauguration ceremony. The Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon is a member of the Organization of Professional Associations of Sri Lanka since 1980, and it has made great strides in the field of education, particularly in the area of tertiary education, in creating awareness of the importance of chemistry in day-to-day life, the development of the industry, and the contribution made to the achievement of sustainable development goals of the United Nations. Once again, I commend the Institute of Chemistry of Ceylon, Ceylon's initiative in formulating an action plan which is in line with the International Year of Basic Sciences and its Sustainable Development 2022. And I wish the Institute every success in its future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Next, I would like to invite the editor of the Institute of Biology, Dr. Mrs. Devanmini Halvathara, to share her thoughts.
Good morning, everyone. President, the council members, and the members of the Institute of Chemistry, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure for us, the Institute of Biology, Sri Lanka, to extend our warm wishes to the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, at this important occasion. The Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, being a premier professional body for the advancement of chemical science and practice of chemistry in its all branches, has marked this 25th day of January 2023 as a vitally important day in their calendar. The action plan launched today by the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, for the year 2023 is not merely a casual action plan, but a program including a series of activities that are vitally important in current context of our country. The overall aim and the action plan revolves around enhancing and maximizing the contribution of chemical science in the economic development of the country. Scientific contribution can contribute greatly for the revival of economy of our country, and that is the main need of the hour. In view of this, we congratulate Institute of Chemistry for launching this program to address this timely need. We, the Institute of Biology, extend our warm wishes to our sister organization, the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, for great success for these very important endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam. Next, I would like to open the stage to the Secretary of the Institute of Physics, Dr. Mrs. Vasantha De Silva, to share her thoughts.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, President and Council members, Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, other representatives from the other organizations, ladies and gentlemen. As the Joint Secretary of Institute of Physics Sri Lanka, I am honored to be given the opportunity to deliver a message on behalf of the President IPSL. The Institute of Chemistry, as one of the leading and government-approved degree awarding institute in the field of chemical sciences, as we gather to celebrate the launch of the action program in line with the International Year of Basic Sciences to improve the capabilities and quality of chemists, enabling them to make a better contribution to the economic development of the country through providing specialized service to the industries. I would also like to emphasize the role of the Institute of Physics Sri Lanka plays in supporting the work of Institute of Chemistry and the chemical industry. It is important to recognize the role of basic sciences such as physics and chemistry play in driving economic development through research and collaboration with other institutions. We are committed to working with industry partners to help advance the field of chemical science and to make a real impact on the economy of our country. We have the expertise, the facilities, and the personnel to support the research and development of new technologies and materials that can benefit the chemical industry. We are eager to engage with partners who share our vision, that we are constantly pushing the boundaries of our knowledge and making new discoveries that can be applied to the chemical industry. In conclusion, we must continue to invest in basic research in the education and training of scientists and engineers so that our country can reach the forefront of scientific and technological innovations and inventions. Together, we can make a real difference and contribute to the economic development of country through professional development of chemists and quality improvement in the chemical industry. I wish you all the best, Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. We are almost at the conclusion of a marvelous ceremony, with shiny new paths being laid out for the future of our country. To deliver the summary speech and the vote of thanks, I cordially invite Joint Secretary of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, Dr. Manuja Lamabadsurya. Madam.
Good afternoon to you all. Professor Sirimali Fernando, Secretary General, Sri Lanka National Commission for UNESCO, our guest of honors, President IKMC, Mr. NMS Hettigathara, all the members of the head table, distinguished guests, special invitees, IKMC past presidents, IKMC members, council members, and all the other staff members, and ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to give you a brief summary of the today's special event, followed by the vote of thanks. So, we are all gathered today to inaugurate 5 special launching or inaugurations listed here. That's establishment of National Secretariat for Professional Practice of Chemistry, launching of the virtual exhibition and industrial trade fair, establishment of a continuous professional development program for chemists, development of new degree programs, and establishment of a chemical laboratory and chemist training center. Right, starting with the history, actually we have already talked about the history, so I'm not planning to go through all these details. So we all know that Institute of Chemistry has a long history, started from 1941 as a Chemical Society of Ceylon, and in 1971 establishment of Institute of Chemistry Ceylon as a professional and academic institution. and from there onwards, offering several training programs, starting from laboratory technician certificate course to diploma in laboratory training in chemistry, and then the graduateship in chemistry GIC program, which was quite popular among the students or school leavers who couldn't continue their studies in state universities. And in 2001, the inauguration of College of Chemical Sciences, CCS, and finally offering the first BSc program in 2020, BSc Honours in Chemical Sciences. And then IChemC is offering memberships for corporate members as well as non-corporate members to recognize our chemists. So these were the activities that we were doing all this time. And then to move forward, we wanted to find out what are we lacking. So we have produced our chemists. However, whether we have professional recognition to practice as licensed chemist is an question. And also, are we really building or continuously building the capacity of our chemists? And also, are we giving them the quality education to contribute sustainable development? So these were the key questions we had. So in order to move forward, so we are launching a national secretariat from today. And at the moment, we have established our bylaws, and then from there onwards, we are going to get the national recognition and call in memberships, and then to gain this professional recognition of chemist. In addition, today we have launched the virtual ChemX 2023. So the launching of the VChemX, that's an educational, industrial exhibition and trade fair. So this enables to exhibit stalls and trade fair in chemical science industries. So this is something more than just a commercial. So this enables to showcase chemist's role on consumer protection. And it improves interactions of prospective employees, customers, as well as chemical industries. And then continuous professional development. So we really need the chemists to continuously get trained and be competent on their profession, so that they get the authority as a chartered or licensed chemist to be key roles in promoting quality products or services. So that was the goal of continuous professional development, and also to contribute or promote quality education. We are introducing new degree programs. So at the moment we are under curriculum development, and then we are promoting quality education to contribute circular economy and sustainable development in the country. Finally, we are planning to establish chemical laboratory and a chemical training center in the land that we received from Dr. Claudia Singha. So at the moment, it's the proposals have been called for investors, and we are planning to promote the quality services, and finally contribute the economy and the sustainable development in the country. So all these activities we are planning to promote and collaborate with industry, students, as well as potential chemists to come together and achieve sustainable development goals, namely as quality education, green economy, industry innovation, and infrastructure. So we believe that we can achieve these goals in near future. So with that summary of today's event, I would like to deliver my vote of thanks. First of all, I like to take this opportunity to express my warmest gratitude to the chief guest today, Honorable Minister Dr. Susil Permajayantha, Minister of Education and the Leader of House of Parliament, for gracing this occasion and spending this valuable few hours with us on this memorable occasion. And I also would like to express my deepest appreciation to Professor Srimali Fernando, the Secretary General, Sri Lanka National Commission of United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, for being with us on this occasion amidst of her busy schedule. We really value your presence and the messages delivered to us in this gathering. Our special thanks goes to the Maliman Manufacturing Private Limited and NMK Food Private Limited for investing stalls in the VKMS that we launched today. Thank you very much. And then we sincerely appreciate all our special invitees, as well as the distinguished members, distinguished guests, representing government, organizations, as well as private institutions. Yeah, so thank you very much for your encouragement. And yeah, your presence is very important for us. And also we look forward to work with you further with new collaborations and partnerships. Sorry. We sincerely appreciate especially the Sustainable Development Council of Sri Lanka and Organization of Professional Association and our sister associations. And I also take this opportunity to thank all the past presidents, council members, and members of staff of IKMC who spared their valuable time with us today, as well as for the continuous support that has given to the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon activities in various occasions. And I also would like to give a big thank you for the web designers, Mr. Ruwan Kohombakanda, Mr. Chamika Ranasinghe and the team, and the art designers, Damco designers, and then creative CMB team. Okay, this event was not a regular event held in IKMC and it was organized within a very short time, while the regular academic and institute activities are going on. Therefore, my sincere appreciation goes to all the members in the organizing team for their dedication and hard work put onto this. My special thanks goes to Mr. Sahan Jayasinghe, Mr. Hasanta Abhiratna, Ms. Manisha Devindi, and Mr. Kusalvin Dabare for their tireless effort to organizing this event successful. Thank you very much for your participation. And finally, every end is a new beginning. So thank you all for your commitment. We know tomorrow will be much better than today. We look forward to work together with you all in future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment we have reached the conclusion of this prestigious event. We as your hosts take this moment to thank you for attending this historic day amidst the many difficulties and the hiccups that we faced during this event, which we truly apologize for. At the end of the day, at the end of today, these important events are now set in stone. So now let us look forward to a great future.
Thank you all for spending your valuable time with us today. The buffet is open for you to enjoy your lunch. Please enjoy the rest of the day. We would also like to give out our sincere felicitation and thanks to NMQ Holdings and Maliban for being with us and partnering with us in all of these events. Thank you so much for joining. Please enjoy the rest of the day.